The 2024 WNBA season is just under 1 month away, and the league year kicks off Monday night with this year's WNBA draft. Caitlin Clark, the former Iowa Hawkeyes superstar and two-time National Player of the Year, is all but a total lock to be the first overall pick in this year's draft. Other stars, like LSU's Angel Reese, South Carolina's Camila Cardoso and UConn's Aaliyah Edwards, are sure to be top 10 picks as well. Landing spots for all three of these top players are not as cemented as Clark's going into Monday night's draft. Here's where some of women's basketball's top stars are slated to begin their pro careers according to mock drafts from around the web. Axon writes, Reese is a guaranteed double-double, has the ability to score from mid-range, and is an immediate upgrade for an average rebounding team. Chicago needs help at every position, especially anyone who can help with defense, as the Sky allowed opponents to shoot 45% from the field last season. Jonathan Lehman, New York Post, Chicago Sky, number 7 overall, from Minnesota. Lehman writes, you might be thinking, what? How is Reese so low? She put up monster stats, was the best player on a title team and is one of the faces of the sport. Well, there are also pressing questions about how Reese's game will translate. Can she continue her signature offensive rebounding rate, 6.0 per game over 2 LSU seasons, against pros? Megan McEwen, NBC Sports, Chicago Sky, number 7 overall, from Minnesota. McEwen writes, between her rebounding, paint scoring ability, and defense, Angel Reese is the perfect get for a Sky team that needs depth everywhere. It'd also be big for Chicago to have one of the biggest names in the draft. Jack Maloney, CBS Sports, Chicago Sky, number 7 overall, from Minnesota. Maloney writes, the Sky gave up Sika K1 and a first-round pick swap in 2026 to move up one spot. There's a good chance they paid that price to ensure they were able to get Reese, who does not seem likely to fall past number 7. What you cannot teach is Reese's athleticism, motor and instincts as a rebounder and defender. Michael Voipel, ESPN, Chicago Sky, number 7 overall, from Minnesota. Voipel writes, the fact the Sky traded with Minnesota to swap first-round draft positions gives us a good indication that Chicago has a specific player in mind, someone the Sky hope will still be available. It could be Reese, who was a dominant rebounder in college. She had 20 in her final game for LSU. A lot has been made of Reese needing growth on the offensive end. But Weatherspoon was a defensive specialist as a player and could really value Reese's potential. 2024 WNBA Draft Order, Indiana Fever picks first in star-studded WNBA Draft with Caitlin Clark. Scooby Axon, USA Today, Los Angeles Sparks, number 4 overall, from Seattle. Axon writes,